Are you aware that you could still end up coaching in the AllStar?
Yeah, we're definitely aware, and it's a great thing. Anytime you can be part of All-Star Weekend, especially for my coaching staff who's done a great job this year of just getting us to this point, our players who's done a great job of just, sacrificing and understanding what it takes to win, and all the things that we've done as an organization just to get to this point. So anytime you can be a part of, the All-Star game, you want to be a part of it. And we know a lot of things have to go our way tonight in order to get there, but it's still a possibility.
One follow. You guys have obviously been playing extremely high-level basketball for the last, well, really 2.5 months. But what do you like most about where you're at right now, and what still has to be, would you still like to see tightened up, I guess, down the home stretch as you get ready?
Yeah, I love our talent. The talent that we have is great. And I love the sacrifice that each of our 4 guys have made to get to this point. That's one. Two, things we got to get better on is just having a defensive mindset every single night. Not when we play against the great teams and we try to see where we add up and where we're at. We got to be good every single night. And it's going to be nice where you can do everything right and teams still score, But let's do it right. Let's understand what we're trying to do. Let's not have a bunch of breakdowns, defensively and game plan mistakes. And so we got to grow in that area. I think offensively, just continue to keep, trying to play with better pace. I think we're okay on misses, but like on makes, like still getting the ball up, getting to our stuff quicker, things like that. And then just continue to work on our spacing. When teams double team Kawhi, when they blitz James and PG on pick and rolls, like understanding our spacing where we're supposed to be out on the floor and executing that on the offensive end.
Coach, you've obviously coached a lot of great teams and a lot of great talent over the years. How unique is this situation to have 4 future Hall of Famers on your roster? And talk about the uniqueness of this team, how it maybe has even impacted the way you're coaching this team.
Yeah, it's very unique. I think all 4 guys are great in certain areas. The other guys are not. The other 3 guys are not. And so just letting everybody be great in what they do, And so that's, PG and Kawhi sacrificing, pick and rolls that they had, more pick and rolls in the past because James is an elite pick and roll player. I think James sacrificing some, ISOs because PG and Kawhi are great ISO players. Russ, coming off the bench and be able to post up, guards and do different things, not run as many pick and rolls. For me, just early on, like when we lost those 6 games in a row, just be able to simplify our offense so that, we can get James comfortable, PJ when he was playing, Daniel Tice when he got here, just making things, simple and simplifying a lot of things. But if we're going to be a great team and go deep, we got to start adding offensively, getting better at things we got to do offensively, and that's going to come. So after the break, really got to lock into being, really good at ATOs. We usually want to run out of time our plays after the All-Star break, really start locking in and being efficient with that. And then also just continue to keep adding offensively to get better. And so they understand that, but like I said, we've been winning games and they've done a lot of things to get better and sacrifice to get to this point. And now it's going to be another sacrifice once we get back from All-Star break.
Hey, Coach, obviously Miami looks a little different than once Rozier. What do you think a guy like him can add to that offense, and what are you sort of looking out for?
Just being able to add pace, shooting, great scoring ability, and he's a good defender that's gonna, play hard and gonna compete, So a lot of things that Kyle brought, similar, just a lot younger than Kyle, and able to do it on a nightly basis. When Kyle's 37 years old, and he can do it sometimes. But Rozier's a good pickup. He's a good player, and like I say, he adds that pop to that offense.
Coach, talking about Daniel Tice, how big is his impact on the Clippers game, and how you see him so far?
Can you say it again, please?
And let's talk about Daniel Tice. How big is his impact on the Clippers game, and how you see him so far?
Oh yeah, he's been great. For us, when we lost those 6 games in a row, the first game James played against New York, Mason Plumlee got hurt in the first quarter. And so those games we lost, we had to play small, and we wasn't ready to play small then, and we lost those games because we didn't have another big, And so when we added Daniel, he really gave us that second big with, Mason being out. And that's when we kind of took off, kind of flourished, offensively, being better, and then defensively as well, So just add another big body, a guy who can play, can stretch the floor, has toughness, and he brought a lot for us when like I said, when Mason was out.
Ty, forgive me if you answered this a month ago, but you spent a lot of time with Spo this past summer. What was something that you may have learned from him that you didn't know?
Very feisty, very, we're all competitive, but competitive at a higher level, So he's intense from the jump ball. Like he's fired up, ready to go, and just seeing his intensity, to start games and things like that. It was good to see.
First, is Zoo ready to come back tonight?
Yeah.
Will he start?
Yes.
And what does it mean for him to be ready to be back? I saw he got to join the team earlier this week, but what does it mean that he's beat his timeline to join you guys before the end of this road trip?
It means a lot. Zoo's, being our starting center and to anchor the defense. I think offensively being able to run, more plays and stuff because he understands our offense because he's been here for 4 years that I've been here. But just the biggest thing is defensively. I think understanding our coverages, what we want to do defensively, and then, have him on the floor is just huge for us. Now, Mace, come off the bench, and DT come off the bench and be back in their normal role, and so it's just good to see Zoo back. All players heal differently, and so he's checked all the boxes. He played in the Stay Ready games, and he's ready to go. So it'd be good to see him get on the floor tonight.
Coach, we talked a couple of months ago, and you said when you went small, it was really a last resort for you. It doesn't feel that way now. Are you more comfortable going small, even though Zoo is back in this lineup? Are you more comfortable with that, with a centerless lineup than maybe you were, say, 6-8 weeks ago?
Yes, for sure. I mean, it's something we had to work on and get better at. And, before in the past, it's always been a thing when we got down and, teams are, pick us apart offensively, and then things we got to do defensively to try to change that. And then when we can't score, when teams are trying to, muck it up and clog the middle up, we can go small. It kind of just changed the game. But now I think just working on it over the last, 4 or 5 weeks of getting better, we understand what we want to run, we understand our spacing, and how we want to attack. And so it's been really good for us. And so some things that we can go to early on in the games to kind of just change the flow of the game.